This is just typical of the way my life's going and the way my last 2 days are going. I've just spent 20 minutes having a heart to heart with myself and it's not saved. This one's probably not going to save. Oh well. Sorry I didn't make a video yesterday. There was no real news anyway, apart from the day before I'd been in agony and I had to call the doctor out. But the doctor basically said that he wasn't going to give me any more pain relief or anything, and that I just had to wait till Tuesday. Well, it being Tuesday, I've phoned the neurologist who have basically fobbed me off to the neurosurgeon, and the neurosurgeon have basically fobbed me off to getting an MRI scan, but they don't know. It'll be 6 weeks before that. So basically she's turned around and gone, go to your doctor if you can't handle it. So I've got to phone my doctor. Well, I phoned my doctors and my doctor said, well, you can't see your doctor, there's no appointments, so phone 8 o'clock Monday morning and hopefully we'll get you one booked in then. It's just running around. Everybody seems to be passing the buck. It's like, oh no, they'll do it, no they'll do it, no they'll do it. No one seems to have authority. And all I want is just something. Whether it's an LP with a valve or something, or a shunt, a VP shunt, or, I mean, god damn it, I'd be happy with a lumbar puncture right now. I really, really would. And what's kind of upset me the most is I was not planning anything until I found out in December when I got my date for my surgery, or to meet my surgeon. I basically planned all the way up to then because I didn't feel like a plan after then, because I didn't know what the surgery was gonna entail and all the rest of it, and if they'd get me in quickly or it would be another waiting or what, I didn't know. So I did actually buy tickets for my ex and me when we were together to go to Ford Central Day, but he has the tickets and he's not talking to me. The last words I heard out of his mouth, I turned round full of tears and said, oh, so that's it, we're not going to talk? He said, just made a noise. I said, oh, have a nice life. And he turned around and looked me in the eye, said, don't worry, I will, with the biggest smile. I now find out that, well, I found out not so long ago that he was probably that happy because he was going round to his now girlfriend's house. It's really hard for me to deal with because he gave me so much hope about the fact that surgery was going to be fine, the fact that I was going to get better after surgery, and he's been with me every step of the way through this illness. I think if I had been on my own, if he'd dumped me right at the beginning, then I would have had to have done it and I would have been in a stronger place now. But you can always be wise in hindsight. I did give him the opportunity. I did suggest that it might be an idea that we'd just be friends, but I didn't. He always promised me I'd never lose him as a friend. That's what I always worried about. And the thing that's gutted me is that I have lost him as a friend. Anyway, so subsequently, if that's the right word, because I didn't know if I'd have my head cut open, and when I did actually see the neurologist a month ago, he basically said, well, as soon as you get to see your surgeon, it'll happen quite quickly. Well, that would be true if someone had actually done an MRI in the last year. But I've not had an MRI, and I should have had an MRI. I mean, it makes me wonder that, okay, I know they say that there's not a brain tumour in there from the CT scan, and they say there was no bleed on the brain from the CT scan where they pumped my my veins full of that liquid stuff. But it makes me think that, could there have been something else? Is there something else going on in my head that wouldn't have been picked up by a CT scan? Makes me wonder. I'm not a doctor, so I shouldn't worry about things like that. I overthink. I keep getting told off for that. Anyway, at 7 minutes, I am trying to keep my videos shorter. It seemed like I had such a good day on Friday. Now I'm at Tuesday and it's really bad. But, like they say, you can't enjoy the good days without the bad days. You can't fight the bad days without the good days. I just normally like to plan when I know I'm going to have a good day. I like to have something to look forward to. At the moment, I can see a car show in the end of August. But I can see yet another year where my car's not going to be in any fit state how I want it to be. The only thing that I think I've got nearly all the bits I need, apart from paint. All I need is the paint, and then the manpower and the knowledge and all the rest of it. A lot is down to Tim and James, because they're the only people who help me. And they've got their own lives, they've got their own shit to deal with. And if only I was physically able. I've been meaning to put that dashboard back together. It's so annoying, it's a couple of screws. Probably about 10 screws. But even leaning down to where my floor mat is to pop it into the poppers, absolutely canes. absolute canes, and I get really dizzy and feel really sick. I'd love to hoover my car out, but I know that I can't even hoover my living room that well. I have to put earplugs in and I struggle. So taking my hoover out to the car is just... But I just know that if I do stuff, then I've got to accept the fact that I'm going to have 4 or 5 days of feeling so sick. And in 11 days' time, I'm going to be 30. And I have no idea where I'm going to be. Or who I'm going to be with. I can actually see myself stuck in... Well, not stuck, but I can see myself in this damn flat on my own. But I'm going to try and think positively, because it's St. George's Day, the day after my birthday. And I know there's a massive car meet, and there's a lot of people that I used to know and used to hang around with going to this car meet. So, because I've still got my driving licence, okay, my car looks like shit, but I've still got my licence. I'm trying to save every penny so that I can put diesel in my car so that I can go over to Brum to hopefully see some people I used to know and have some fun. I don't know how the hell it's going to work because I can't drive for more than half an hour. So I know that if they all go off gallivanting, I probably won't be able to follow in my car. And this is really what I miss, Jay. Guy who used to run KM. Because I know he'd turn round and he'd say something really sweet to me right now. Do you know what I mean? He would have popped up on my MSN by now, saying, oh, I thought you were doing this YouTube challenge. I've not seen a YouTube video. How the hell he had time for everybody, I really don't know. But he did, he had time for everyone. So anyway, the big 30, 11 days away. And if I carry on being in the moods that I am in at the moment, I don't think I'll be posting for about a week, because I'm pretty sure I've got what I would call the back end of PMT, and this is like, I have 2 weeks, I have one sort of, and then the week after I have a really sort of, I have the first week I'm kind of needy and all like attention seeking, and then the week after I'm like, but I've got all confused which pills on my tablets, and so I'm using tablet boxes, so I don't know where I am with my pill. I know that I'm taking it, and that's all that kind of matters, but I don't know when the changeover date is or when my body's doing what. So I can't actually work out if it's actual PMT or what, but it's all girly weird stuff to me. Oh, I hate yawning, and it makes me feel so sick. Right, on that bombshell, I think I'm gonna go be sick.